So I just wanted to do a little video for those people like me in the UK who see the Georgia runoffs in the news, but they're just like one sentence. So there's like it gets mentioned for 5 seconds in the context of like what happened with Trump yesterday, the tape that got released. So first of all, what are they? There are 100 Senate seats in the US, two per state. Georgia hasn't filled either of its seats yet because there's a Georgia law. It's Section 21, or sorry, Title 21, 2, Paragraph 501 is a law that you need to get at least 50% to win the election, and if you don't, there's a runoff between the top two candidates of each race, of which there are two. So right now there should be 100 senators. There are 98 instead because the two Georgia ones, their seats haven't been filled. That election is tomorrow, the 5th of January. Obviously, it's very unusual in that there's a very unusual backdrop. First of all, most recently, the taped phone conversation between Raffensperger and Trump. Not clear what effect, if any, that will have on the voters. Perhaps a bigger one is sort of the whole conspiracy theory led by Linwood, who's a crazy lawyer, who he's posted something. He's not the first, but he's posted something that if few enough Republicans vote in the small counties in Georgia, because of the apparent cheating and the voting machines which count the votes, that Republican numbers of votes could go negative, and it will prove once and for all that there was electoral fraud, and that's why Trump didn't win in that state. So we've got sort of the Democrats wanting to get their voters out onto the polls one way or another, postal vote or not, postal vote or in person. So they're trying to get their vote out. Trump on his Twitter is sort of, he's backing the two Republicans, and he's also saying the election itself is illegal. So he's doing some of both. So he said things like the two Republicans can't win unless we look again at the presidential ballots from 62 days ago. It is now 62 days, more than 2 whole months. So Trump's, as he does, is sort of backing both or backing neither. So support the two Republicans, he said. Register for a postal vote, he said. And the election is a fraud and the two Republicans can't win. He said all of that. So that sort of vote is all day tomorrow. And because there's two candidates in each race, aside from a statistical dead heat, if there are an even number of votes, we will get a winner. But if it's very close, and it looks like the Democrats, who really ought to lose both, might win one or both because of the help they've been getting from their opponents, basically. It could be very close. Realistically, it could be weeks if it's that close, with various, tons of lawsuits like we've seen. It could be as close as that, and it could be as long as that before we actually get two confirmed winners.